Hey folks, this video is going to be about how to use the internet, and specifically Firefox powered stuff, to learn Japanese. But I'll also discuss a few websites that are useful, and hopefully there'll be something for everybody, not just people that have Firefox. But you'll discover why Firefox is so important if you're studying Japanese online. It's one of the best tools. But we'll cover Firefox, and we'll cover search engines, and certain links that I recommend, and Ling8 again. Ling8 is one of the best tools out there currently to learn how to write and stuff. So let's get down to business. We're going to start things off on my blog because I have collected a lot of things that are useful for people. Over here on the right side, called Japanese Study Links. Not hard to see. So, first off, got the dictionaries category. JDict, the most basic dictionary, and for a reason. Okay. So here we go. So you type in your word, and brings it up for you. Pretty simple. And then, one of the nice things is there's example sentences and Google links, Google images, and a couple other links. And if it has a V for verb, you can see all the conjugations, and very useful in case you're like me and you forget how to conjugate, and you forget if some things are ichidan or godan. Okay, back on my page. ALC, very useful. It's intended for Japanese people, but you can type in English phrases and be like, how can I say that in Japanese? It'll show you. Onomatopoeia is pretty self-explanatory. All the ones in Japanese are Japanese, written dictionaries online. So you're going to have to either use Rikachan or just be good at Japanese to use them. But they're pretty useful. Moving down, let's see. I have some language guides. Taekim's guide. I can't emphasize how great it is. I think that's like the first thing you should study if possible if you want to learn Japanese. All the others are pretty nice, but Duke, and I'm mispronouncing his name, Taekim, sorry. But go use it, love it. Alright, Japanese study feeds. These are just blogs I've found online that happen to have great information about Japanese and are dedicated to studying. And some of them are for studying English, but if you can understand what's going on in them, they help you understand language in general. And they're great for English teachers too. Daily Yoji, it's a great blog. My friend happens to run it. Basically, he gives you a 4-character idiom every day, and then he gives you an example sentence. And the goal is, if you can, write a comment, and in the comment, make your own example sentence using the day's character. And that's the goal. And then I like to take, after I've commented there, I like to go to Ling8 and re-comment there and have it checked by Japanese people. We'll get to Ling8 in a bit. So after the blogs, we have some vocab drills. These are pretty good. Kanji tools, and an internet library that is a bunch of, well, it's like Project Gutenberg, but Japanese, and pretty useful. Okay, that's basically all the Japanese links I have on my page. You might find blogs on Japan useful sometimes too, especially this guy. He does a lot of blogging in Japanese. And yeah, but occasionally I blog about Japanese related topics, but not very well, so I can't really recommend me, but that's the label for blogs I do in Japanese. And this particular entry might be of interest to you because it has some listening aids that I recently removed from the sidebar. I wasn't using them, except for that I was subscribed to this podcast already and stuff, so I took them off. Some other links, but you might find those useful. So check out my blog. You don't have to stay very long. Just come and steal the links and then leave. I'm going to mention a few things specifically on Firefox and why Firefox is so great. Up here is the search bar, right? Internet Explorers might be customizable, I don't know. Anyways, you want to go to mycroft.modzev.org and type in whatever search engine you're looking for, whether it be Japanese Wikipedia or whatever. ALC is a good one. Shows you examples of how to translate English into Japanese and vice versa. So if you want it, you click on it, and then it'll appear up here in your search bar. And I have a few. Google Images is good for looking up Japanese words because you can see what you're talking about. Japanese Wikipedia is good. Yahoo Dictionary, excellent dictionary. I recommend you get it. I do not have that one linked from my personal webpage though. Because I just always use the search bar one. Anyways, you look up a word and it appears. It's in Japanese. Sometimes the words are in English too, if you're lucky. It's running a little slow at the moment. There we go. And it gives a bunch of example sentences. So that's Yahoo Dictionary. Alright. Let's see. Otherwise, Google Blog Search is excellent for looking up what a word looks like in context. ALC, I already mentioned. It's also under Eijiro. Yeah, that's about it for search engines, but I should mention that you can get a bookmarklet for www.jdict.com from the front page, and then whenever you highlight a word and you press that button, then it's going to take you directly to whatever it finds for that word on the JDict server. Alright, now a very useful add-on for Firefox is Rikachan. You can activate it in two ways. It'll be at the bottom of the page, or I like to have it in the toolbar so I can see whether or not it's on. If there's a star, it's on. And then once Rikachan is on, if you mouse over a word, it's going to give you that word. As long as JDict knows it, Rikachan knows it. And what's more is Rikachan can recognize words that have been conjugated. Very useful. Alright, another thing is the Rikachan lookup bar. It's useful if you have a slow connection. Turn that on, make sure it's on. There we go. And you can look up English or Japanese in it, and something will appear. Let's look up Subarashi. As you can see, Subarashi appears immediately. You don't have to waste JDict's bandwidth, and it's faster, but there's disadvantages. There's advantages either way. So you got to decide for yourself, but I like it for slow connections. And I also like that Rikachan provides you with information on kanji, especially the radicals that make up a kanji. So it makes it a little easier to come up with a mnemonic if you have the radicals in mind. And then the lookup bar, you can save your searches and stuff like that. Rikachan, it's the best thing ever on the internet for a Japanese learner. So you gotta get it. You just gotta. Alright, I have a couple add-ons that are useful for Japanese. One of them is, of course, Rikachan, which is right there. But the other important one, which is not specifically for Japanese, is context search. Let me show you what's so great about it. Alright, I'm going to go to a web page, and you can highlight any word. We'll highlight a Japanese word for this time. If you have context search, then all the search engines you have will show up, and you can search in anything. If you click on the Google, you can search in Google. If you have Yahoo, you can search in Yahoo. And by the way, I have my tabs set up to open up separately every time I search for something. And then there it is. It's in Yahoo, and it's in Google. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Say that you can't find a search engine for one of your favorite sites to search on. Like, I like this Gogen site because it describes the original words. So one thing you can do to make a shortcut is you can go to a search bar on the site and you go to add keyword for this search. And then, if you're in a Macintosh, up top, that thing will appear. And you can type like etymology. I'm not sure on the spelling of that word. It doesn't really matter as long as I can remember the keyword, which is important. Gogen. Gogen means entomology in Japanese. Okay, so then I go to an address bar and just type in, make sure that's in English, Gogen. And then type what you're searching for. We'll search for Subarashi again. Okay, and as you can see, this particular website happens to use a Google search, but Subarashi comes up, and let's take a look. And this is like the etymology of Subarashi, so you can see what it is. But it'll work for any website with a search bar included. It'll even work for Japan Probe. You can test it out there, or on my blog if you're watching the video there, or on YouTube. Anywhere that you have a search bar, you can use that trick. Let's talk about Lang8. It's an incredibly cool site. It's kind of a social site mixed with language study. This is my profile. To make an entry, I do a diary. I can go to post a new entry. Here's an entry I already made where I made one of those example sentences that I mentioned for the daily 4-character idiom page. And then people will come along and correct your Japanese. And the idea is that you in return go and you correct their English entries or whatever language that they are trying to write in and you happen to know as a native speaker or near native. I am not presumptive enough to go around correcting people's Japanese for sure. But it's pretty cool. You can make friends. That's the best way to get people to read your diary, send messages and everything. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't recommend it highly enough. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Anki a little bit. It's a platform-independent program that you can use. You can study online anywhere through the website, but this is on my desktop. And this is my deck, and basically gives you the word in either Japanese or English. Both sides will be studied, and then you got to try to remember what it means. So defect, default, deficiency. I want to say kaku, but I know that's not right because I'm studying EQ right now. Kikkon. So I didn't remember it. I pressed 0 because I forgot, and then it'll appear again in 1 hour. If I pressed that I remembered it really well, then it would appear later. The idea is that you're most likely to remember something if you study it before you were about to forget. That's the theory. So it spaces things out for you. Condition, state, business condition. I'm going to go with keiki. Alright, and I got that one correct, so I'm going to put easy. And then it'll appear again in 1.8 months. Because it does that far because I've studied that word a couple times. You can edit your decks, show you that, and there's 3 entry fields or more. You can customize it, and the reading, and then tags. Tags are very important for me. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I really recommend it. There's, I think, not a better flashcard program out there. At least I haven't encountered one. And you can export the decks and share them with your friends. And as a matter of fact, I will do that with anybody that wants it. Maybe I should make a link at Mega Upload or whatever where everybody can get it so I'm not bugged. But yeah, I'll provide a link for that. Okay. Well, that's the end of the video. There are other things I could talk about, but quite frankly, this is long enough. Really, I really recommend Firefox and Rikachan and Ling 8. Those are, yeah, in the top. All right, try them out. And, but more importantly, well, not more importantly, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, if you have some good sites, some good tools, some good add-ons, let us know in the comments wherever you see this video. All right, talk to you later.